They say the devil doesn't knock. He invites himself in through the gaps in your memory, through the silent corners of a room you thought was empty. In the film Longlegs, we aren't just watching a horror story. We are being introduced to a visceral, pale nightmare that feels dangerously real. Before the world even saw his face, the marketing for this film was a puzzle of occult symbols and terrifying phone calls. People were calling a mysterious number just to hear him breathe. But what is the actual truth behind this 30-year cycle of blood? Why did the director hide the monster in plain sight? Today, we aren't just recapping a movie. We are dissecting the satanic code, the hidden psychological triggers, and the haunting occult reality that makes Longlegs the most disturbing cinematic experience of the decade. Lock your doors. Don't look under the bed, because the man downstairs is already here. The case of the Longlegs killer isn't just a file in the FBI archives, it's a mathematical anomaly. For 3 decades, families across the Pacific Northwest were found slaughtered in their own homes. There was never a sign of forced entry. No DNA, no fingerprints. Just a father who suddenly snapped and ended everyone he loved before taking his own life. But in every basement, every crime scene, there was a letter, coded, signed by someone who wasn't physically there. This is where Lee Harker comes in, a young agent with a gift that feels more like a curse. She isn't just intuitive. She's tuned in to a frequency that most people spend their lives ignoring. As we follow her deeper, we realize this isn't a manhunt. It's an invitation to a ritual that began before she was even born. Let's talk about the dolls. In many horror films, dolls are just scary objects. In Longlegs, they are hardware. Inside each porcelain head lies a silver sphere, a focal point for a demonic entity. This is the satanic code made flesh. Longlegs, played with terrifying fragility by Nicolas Cage, isn't the one killing these families. He is the delivery man. The sphere emits a frequency, a psychic rod that bypasses the conscious mind and speaks directly to the subconscious. It's psychological warfare through an occult medium. When the doll enters the home, the devil enters the mind. We see how the movie plays with the concept of the man downstairs, a metaphorical and literal presence that represents the darkness we keep buried in our basements, hoping it never finds the stairs. Director Osgood Perkins chose the 1990s not just for the aesthetic, but for the atmosphere of Satanic Panic. This was a time when the world was obsessed with hidden messages in rock music and secret cults in small towns. Longlegs captures that specific dread, the feeling that the institutions meant to protect us, like the FBI or even our own mothers, are powerless against an ancient patient evil. The film uses a 4:3 aspect ratio for flashbacks to make it feel like a claustrophobic memory. It forces you to look where you don't want to. It's a reminder that evil doesn't always come dressed in shadows. Sometimes it's a pale man in a white suit singing a distorted birthday song while your world collapses. Longlegs captures the suffocating dread of the 90s Satanic Panic, a time when families were powerless against an ancient evil. The film uses a claustrophobic 4:3 ratio, forcing you to look at a pale man in a white suit singing a distorted birthday song while your world collapses. But look closer. The director hid the monster in plain sight. In the deep shadows of the Harker house, Longlegs is often there, a blurred shape, a presence you feel before you see. This subliminal horror tricks your brain into paranoia. You aren't just watching a predator, he's already found you. The sound design uses infrasound to trigger a primal fight or flight response. Wide framing, leaves a terrifying void behind the characters, exploiting our instinct to scan the darkness. It's a masterclass in atmospheric rot. Once you've seen the devil's face, you can't unsee it. The cycle ends not with a bullet, but with an inheritance. Some doors are better left locked, because the man downstairs is already here. In the end, Longlegs isn't about solving a mystery. It's about the realization that once you've seen the devil's face, you can't unsee it. The cycle doesn't end with a bullet. It ends with an inheritance. Lee Harker saved the girl, but did she save herself? This film leaves us with a cold truth. Some doors are better left locked. And some phone calls you should never answer. If you felt the hair on your neck stand up during this breakdown, hit that subscribe button. We're going deeper into the archives soon. And remember, keep an eye on the basement.